Dollar bills, y'all, come on and
I'm Ronald Bump. I'm looking for the Apprentice.
Previously on The Apprentice.
As you know, I have an appreciation for beauty and beautiful things. I love to acquire them. I love to put my name on them. Your task this week will be to represent an emerging artist and sell their work for the highest dollar amount at a formal art gallery show. The team who generates the most revenue by tomorrow wins a luxurious prize. The losing team will see me in the boardroom.
I was in complete and total shock when Naomi Willowberg and her rich, good-looking husband came in to make a bid on our artist's work. She was just throwing around that 6-carat rock, which, by the way, was a little dull and had at least 3 visible inclusions. Anyway, they won the bidding process. I'm sure she did it just to spite me. They were going on and on with some nonsense about how we're going to donate it to the Portland Art Museum so that everyone could enjoy it. Right. I remember you before your nose job, Naomi.
It's a good thing that I'm the PM on this one. I'm convinced I'm the only one who has what it takes to be Mr. Bump's next apprentice. All Chris keeps talking about is what kind of food we're going to have. If Mr. Bump needed that in an apprentice, he would have held auditions at the Old Country Buffet.
So, Howard, George, how'd they do?
Team 1 was able to use connections that Angelica had with some buyers to net a total of $25,000 for their artist. And through their shrewd negotiations, the artwork will be donated to the Portland Art Museum.
Team 2 spent too much time focusing on what would be offered in the buffet. Chris seemed to be consumed with the food. They netted a disappointing $1,500 for their artist.
Great work, Team 1. Your amazing success has earned you a gourmet picnic at Tom McCall Park, followed by a day of pampering at Dosha Salon in Northwest Portland. Angelica, you'll be thrilled to know that you will be hosted by a dear friend of both of ours, the winner of the art bidding, Naomi Willowberg. Team 2, you blew it again this week. Rule number 1 in business is A, eat light and focus on your finances. Since there are only 2 of you remaining, Chris, Victoria, I'll see you both back in the boardroom.
I knew we'd win, even though we had to put up the rantings of Angelica, the drama queen. She's always so focused on what everyone else has. I'm glad that being jealous of others is something I've never had to deal with.
I can't believe that I have to sit through an afternoon of listening to Naomi go on and on about her huge estate in the West Hills and her vacation home in Palm Springs and everything else that her husband's money has bought her. Once I win this thing, I'll be able to have everything she has and more.
Victoria, as the project manager, you really blew this one. I'm in complete shock over here. You've been a star performer up to this point. Why was it so hard for you to get a price that the artwork deserved?
Mr. Bump, I did everything I could to generate interest for our artist and her work. Unfortunately, I had to do everything myself because Chris spent all her time focused on the food.
I noticed that. Chris, how can you justify my keeping you on as a potential apprentice?
Well, Mr. Bump, I was so excited to get this project because I've got this amazing caterer who makes the most fabulous crab puffs. They really are to die for. Anyway, with my connections in the catering industry, I could enhance every single event that your conglomerate of corporations sponsors.
Okay, I've made my decision. Chris, you spend far too much time with the caterer and the buffet. Victoria, you've been the project manager on the losing team twice now. Although our clients today loved the food that Chris's caterer provided, most were not motivated to leave the buffet table and browse through the gallery. Chris, catering is an expense that is supposed to enhance an event, not take away from the profits. So, Chris, the tribe has spoken. You're fired.